So, hello everyone, and welcome to the day one of this series of mine. So, before starting today's video, I just want to say to you that as a tester, we need to check both the cases, like the happy cases, which will yield us the positive results, as well as the negative cases, which should give the negative results. But if in any case our code is not catering to them, so we need to make sure as a tester and as a person that we are looking for both of the cases, the positives as well as the negative. Now in this whole statement you can understand that I have used a word cases, right? So in the testing world, we term them as test cases. Now, what does test cases means? What it consists of? How to find them, and if do we need to document them? And if yes, then where to document them? Is there any software, or we can do it on Google Doc or any other thing which is possible, right? So there are n number of questions related to that, and then we also have the questions like why test cases, why to start with them, right? And what are these? So let's start with them. Okay, so now first of all, the question like what is test cases and why they are important, right? So, as a tester in your on your day one, everyone would suggest you to start writing your test cases. So that happened with me also, and everyone was like, my colleagues and the developers whom I was working with, they were like, start writing the test cases, and then we would be starting testing. And then I was like, what are test cases where I can what I need to do with them, and how I can proceed, right? So I did a lot of research and all those things, and at the end what I got is test cases are nothing but it's just the scenarios or the possibilities which can happen on that screen of your web page, or let's say on your app. Okay, so in layman terms we can understand it in like this. So for example, if you have a login screen on your app, what could be the possibility if as a user I'm on that screen, I'm on that login screen, so what can be the possibilities? I'm giving you the best two ones. So the first can be that I am not a user of that existing user of that app, right? So I won't be having any username or password if they are if they need require these details to let me in. So if I am an existing user and I am passing my details correctly, then that means they should let me in. If I'm not any user and I'm just entering random values over there, then they should not let me in, right? So these are the two possibilities. There are more than that, but yes, for starting, let's start with these two possibilities only. So there are two possibilities, and as a tester I need to check both of those possibilities, what's happening, what should happen. So basically as a tester, when I would be writing this test case, so I would be explaining these two scenarios. Now okay, next would be like what is my expecting results, right? So if I am entering anything which is the correct username and password, then I should enter. If I am entering wrong username and let's say wrong password, then I shouldn't get enter, right? So these are the expected results. Now, this is what does that mean as a test case. Okay, so this you need to document. After this documentation, then comes testing. So as a tester, or if you are the core tester, then okay. If somebody else is the core tester who is the developer, then they need to feed data accordingly as per the test case mentioned. And whatever the result they got, like for example, if somehow the your app is getting failed in recognizing whether the user exists or not, and they are letting in the wrong users also, then there is a then the result is not similar to the expected result. That is a flag. So that flag again needs to be documented, that this test case got failed, And then accordingly, the developer should get intimated about this, and then they can start working on the functionality of that particular function. So that's what is meant by test cases. Let's understand it via an example too. So, all right, let me explain you this via an example. So let me share my screen. Just hold on. So yes, here we are. So this is a sign-in page of Google Gmail itself, and here I can, we can see some fields like first name, last name, username, password, and confirmation. So as a tester, as I told you that we need to write both of the test cases, the positive ones as well as the negative ones. So let's so first we will start with the positive cases. So what would be the positive case over here? That I entered my first name, last name correctly, then I entered my username correctly, which should be an unique username. Then I entered my password as per these conditions, that it should be 8 or more characters with a mix of letters, special characters and symbols. And then I need to confirm it, and once it gets confirmed, I should proceed to next. So so these are the this is the happy case. So like, what's the precondition for this particular test case? So the precondition is that I need to be on the Google sign-in page, right? So this is the precondition. Now, when I am on the sign-up process of this Google account, I need to enter like all those correct details. And once I enter the correct details, what's the expected results to me? That when I proceed to next, then the next page should get open. So this is the happy case for this particular application of the sign-up process. Now let's talk about the negative ones. So the negative ones can be, if what if I entered all things in numeric for the first name? So the expected result for me is that it should throw me an error that the name cannot be only numeric, right? Same with so this is one of the test case, one of the negative test case. Now second can be like, if I entered some username which is existing with some other person. So for example, I am as a user, like my name is Pooja Gupta, and I have an username for Gmail account, let's say omnidev60. Now somebody else, for example, let's say Elias of mine, and wants to have the same username as omnidev60@gmail.com. So so what is the expected result for me on that particular thing? So the exact expected result is that it should throw me an error that this username already exists, right? So this is the another test case too. Now there can be the other test case, like whether the password which I'm entering over here, if these conditions are working or not. What if I am entering less than 8 characters? What if I am entering all the characters? What if I am entering all the numbers? What if I am entering all the special characters? So what is the expected result of mine into all these cases? It should not let me in, right? Or it should not let me proceed. So this is the expected result. Now the another case could be like whether this the password which I'm writing into the password dialog and in the confirmation dialog, what if they are not getting matched? Okay, for the random values. For example, in the password I'm entering the only character thing, and in the confirmation I'm entering on only numeric thing. So what the error it is throwing to me, and if it is giving me expected results or not, right? So not thing we will check later, but as a tester, when you are writing the test cases, you need to think about all those possibilities. And again, these are the limited ones which I discussed. There would be more, like whether whether this button is working or not, or where does sign in is letting us go. When next gets activated, does it get activated before filling all these fields or not? What as a tester, when I click on back button in the mid of sign up process, I would expect that they would let me go to the home page. So then these are the expected results. So While writing the test cases, you need not to consider like what's your code is doing. You just need to find out what should be the expected result for those test cases. Okay, and then accordingly the developer will run those test cases and tell you like what the result were there, and if there is any difference between your expected result and between the results the developer is getting. So this is how test cases need to be analyzed, what it consists of, and how you can work on these. Now, as I told you that the simple sign up process had as many test cases, like it can have more than 30 cases. So it needs to get documented somewhere, and it needs so that we can capture the defects. We can let the developers know that these are the defects which are coming up, and you need to take it accordingly in your this sprint, or let's say in the next sprint, as per the urgency of that particular issue. So that's why the documentation is also the part of is also an important part of tester journey. So that we will discuss tomorrow, how to write this and what does it consist of. And I hope so that through this video the test cases got cleared for you, like what exactly it is, and how you need to think. It's just that as a tester you need to have this thing in your mind that you need to break the code as by giving as much wrong possible cases as possible. Because if you are trying the edge cases, then the developer will also as per the functionality of the app and what the defect you got as per their criticalness, they can judge it and then it can accordingly update it. So it's a very important role for tester to identify where the code is getting break, so that they can help the developer in creating a better code. So yes, so here we are. That is it for today, and tomorrow we're going to meet for the documentation of the test cases. So thank you so much for watching it.